Hey, Bradley Wattum here, real estate advisor with Macdonald Realty. As a real estate agent, the most frequent question I am asked is, of course, how's the market? And the answer to that question is, it depends. It depends on your property type and your area, because one property type in one area may be experiencing a vastly different market compared to another property type in another area. Well, this video, we will be looking at Vancouver East and digging a little deeper into the stats to find these differences. Now let's begin with the sales to active listing ratio. This ratio is perhaps the best indicator as to the heat of the market. It compares the number of sales to the number of active listings. It's considered a balanced market when the ratio is between 12 and 20%, a buyer's market when it's under 12%, and a seller's market when it's over 20%. If we take a look at Vancouver East, we can see that we are experiencing a buyer's market for detached and townhomes, and a condo market of a balanced market in the condos. Thank you very much. The detached properties are currently sitting at a sales to active listing ratio of 7.2%. We can see that there was 45 sales in the area, which is exactly the same as last year. We can actually see that the number of active listings pulled back a little bit from this time last year. We can see here that the most active price point is 900 to 1.5 million with 23 sales, or a sales to active listing ratio of 15.4%. Interesting here that with above 3 million, there has only been one sale of 52 listings, which would give it a sales to active listing ratio of 1.9%. If we take a look at the neighborhood highlights here, we can see that Renfrew was the most active area with 7 sales, or a sales to active listing ratio of 8.2%, but the hottest area in terms of sales to active listing was Mount P with a 20% sales to active listing ratio. If we check out condos here, we can see that the sales to active listing ratio currently sits at 14.6%. There were 48 sales in the area, which is down 30% from the 68 sales in 2018. And the number of active listings is up a considerable 77% to 328. Now, if we take a look at the price bands here, we can clearly see that 4 to 900,000 was the most active with 42 sales. The sales to active listing ratio is 15.3%. Actually, the hot price point, though, was 2 to 400,000 and a sales to active listing of 28.6%. Now, if we take a look at the neighborhood chart here, we can see that Mount Pleasant was the most active in terms of number of sales with 18 and a sales to active of 20.7. However, it was Main Street here with 5 sales from 8 listings that had a solid sales to active listing ratio of 62.5%. So if you have a property, a condo in Main area, this market is actually doing quite well. Now, if we head over to the townhouse sector here, we can see that the number of sales dropped considerably from last year, 8 from 20, which is a 60% drop, and the number of active listings is up about 17% to 76. If we look at the price range here, we can see clearly that 4 to 900,000 again was the most active price range, and that sales to active listing ratio sits at 17.9%, and the most active neighborhood was Champlain Heights with 3 sales of 21 listings, which is a sales to active of 14.3%. However, the hottest neighborhood was Collingwood with 2 of 5 sales, which is a sales to active of 40%. If we take a look at the benchmark prices for the area, we can see that the 1-year change in the detached sector has declined 8.7% and currently sits at 1,428,700. We can see the 1-year change for the condo sector on Vancouver's east side has pulled back about 3.9% and currently sits at 530,500. And we can see the townhouse sector has actually remained fairly flat from last year and currently sits at 848,200, which is a pullback of a slight 1.1%. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me. My name is Bradley Wattum. Please feel free to give me a shout if you have any questions. Thank you.